and welcome to Flo's Crafty Crochet. Today we're looking at how to do the brim for the Rocky Mountain Trail beanie. You can use whatever yarn you decide. For the pattern itself, it tells you to use Aran or worsted weight yarn with a 5mm hook. For today though, I have chosen some double knit yarn and a 4mm hook. The first thing you need to do is create a slip knot. So whatever way you do your slip knot is fine. This is how I do mine. I grab the little end, I wrap it around my fingers and I just pull through, creating that little slip knot. The next thing you need to do is you need to decide what size your brim is going to be. So it's either going to be a chain of 12 or a chain of 10. I'm going to go with a chain of 12 today. So yarn over and pull through. So 12 times. 2, now that you have your chain 12 done, what you're going to do is you're going to half treble in the third chain from the hook. So put your yarn over and we're going to count down 3. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go in there. So just do that again. So the one beside the hook here is 1, then 2, then 3. So in we go and pull through. So just a recap on how to do a half treble: put your yarn over into the stitch. I put mine on top of the bottom loop so that 2 loops are on top. I pull through, there's 3 loops, yarn over, take off all 3. And again, yarn over, into the stitch, pull through, yarn over, take off all 3. And you're going to repeat that the whole way along. So when you get to the end, you will have 10 stitches. So what I want you to do now is I want you to chain 1 and turn. And now we're going to be working into the back loops only. So for this, there are lots of different loops whenever we look at the stitch. So especially with a half treble, it's slightly different to what it will look like either with a treble stitch or a double stitch. When we look at this, we have lots of different lines that we could be working into. So for the purposes of this, I want you to take your work between your 2 fingers and pull it towards you so that you can see this line of stitches. The loop that's closest to you is the front loop, and the one that's furthest away is the back loop. It's this back loop that we are going to be working into for this row. So this row here, okay? So you've already done your chain 1. So now I want you to half treble in each stitch along, working only in that back loop. So yarn over, and sometimes it helps if you pull this towards you. So back loop for there, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep going the whole way across, making sure that you're only working in that back loop. Okay, that's our 10 stitches. Now what we're going to do is we're moving on to row 2. So what you can see starting to happen is a little ridge is formed, and that's what we're looking for. So row 2, you're going to chain 1 and turn. This time you're going to work in the front loop only. Again, it's hard to see it. So what I want you to do is take the work between your finger and thumb and roll it towards you. And now you'll be able to see clearly your back loops and your front loops. So we're working only in the front loop. And again, we're going to do half trebles the whole way across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep going. And into the last one. And again, chain 1 and turn. Now you can do it either way. You can turn and then chain 1, or chain 1 and then turn. So you can see that working in the front loop only give this nice little line. So 1, working in the back loop, pushes all the stitches out. Working in the front loop just pushes the 1 out. So we're going to repeat that. So now we're back working in the back loop only. Again, turn the work slightly towards you so you can see the tops of the stitches. And in you go to that back loop. I'm working each stitch the whole way across. So just making sure that you're counting your stitches every time to make sure that you're getting that 10 or 8 depending on the number of chains that you've decided to do. Chain 1, turn, and now you're working again into that front loop. So those of you who are taking part in the Monday makes for making the Rocky Mountain beanie, I want you to continue on doing that until you get your hat to the desired length that you need it to be. So you can do it by measuring the brim as you are going. However, the quickest and easiest way, I suppose, is to put it around your head. So you have to think of it as this way, that it's going to be a brim lengthways this way. So you have quite a few rows to go until you get it to the size that you want it to be. So when you get there, I don't want you to cut your yarn. I want you just to stay at that brim, and then on Monday we will pick it up there and we will do the joining together, and then we will work through the stitches that are needed for the first couple of rounds of the hat in order to show you how to work on. Okay, thank you very much for your time and for watching today. Bye.